So for step 5, attaching the tail lights. Well, we've got to cut up some more double-sided tape. We've got the H8 and H7 part, and then of course we've got our H2 bumper that needs to go on, and then we've just got the 2 screws to attach the bumper. We don't have other little lights that attach for screws on this one. And there are our 2 tail light pieces. There are the double-sided pieces, and there is our bumper. So I'll set this up and we'll put this together. So first off, let's get our double-sided tape pieces in place. Oh, that one doesn't want to come off quite as easy, so let's just do it on this side. And we'll fit it into there. And then we have the little one. Again, we'll fit that onto here on that tail light on the corner there. So there we go. There's one of them. And I guess we'll do the same thing with the other one. And these don't have to be perfect. I often find that even though they show you the sizing, I'll cut it slightly smaller because for a perfect size, they tend to not necessarily fit in the hole properly. So I don't fit them exactly to size. As you can see, it's not quite the same, a little shorter, but which is okay because we're also screwing these into place. Now, I have a confession to make. I screwed this up and I was having a day where I wasn't 100% into cutting the holes in the body, and maybe I should have listened to that and walked away, because when I was doing all of the holes, I had them all perfect, so I thought, but I screwed up the back. So as you can see on this one was exactly where it needed to be. It's right close to that line in the body. This one, on the other hand, I screwed up and it was too high. So as you can see, I've had to notch it out and cut it out a bit more to try and drop it. And I'll probably have to use something, shoe goo or something, to fill the top, because it won't, there's going to be more hole than there should be. Now, I'm not too worried about it because I think a lot of what we're about to do is going to hide it, but we'll see. And hopefully it's not going to affect too much. So what I'm going to do is we obviously need to install these lights. And I can already tell in terms of the positioning, if we, looks like they want to have you do it this way. This is going to sit down there like that, just the way that that is shaped, yes. And you can see from the other side, you know, the hole itself should end up being in the correct position that we'll end up having to work with, but we'll see. So I may have to play around with this. I may not do that on camera because I think this is going to get a little complicated, me trying to fix this and have the camera in front of me. So I'm going to just play around with this whole thing and then we'll come back and take a look. But you can see that it seems to be somewhat correct. So I could actually double side, you know, take off the tape and put that on, but I'm not sure yet. So I will hold off. Now, the other one, which will be this side, if I put that in place, it looks like that will end up being correct. But again, I'm going to do this off camera because I think this is going to be too complicated to do with the camera here. So I'll play around with it and we'll come back. Well, I'm stoked because in trying to fit these in, they seem to work okay. You can see how the screw and the bracket fits onto the body on both sides. Well, when I turn this over, because I've screwed them in now, you'd never know. The left side might be a touch higher than the right, even with adjusting it, but you can't see the hole. So even from any sort of angle, you can't really tell that I screwed up that hole. It's actually worked really well. So that means that this rear bumper is on, and it just looks incredible with this paint. All the chrome, and this is again, this is Tamiya's what is it? Champagne gold aluminum is what they call it. So front and rear, I just think this looks so cool. Okay, so that's awesome. So front and rear bumpers are on. That means that we're finished with step 5. That means that we can go into step 6, and we're going to attach the side mirror. So obviously with step 6, we only have one side mirror, because in 1955 there was only one mirror on the car. Now what's interesting is there's a sticker. Now I put it on just to speed things up, but notice that really you didn't need a sticker. It's practically like it's, other than you can see that maybe I've got the edging on that mirror a little too high on one end, you'd never know that there's a sticker on this. It's just chrome all the way around. Anyway, to do this, obviously we need to put the mirror in, and obviously there's only one way it can go in, because you can't put it that way. It has to face up. So we'll stick that in the hole, just like that. And we can see on the other side there is a O-ring, and then we have the small snap pin. So in the body sets bag, these pins will be for attaching the body to the car. So we need to put this on. So first off, let's clean that up there. It seems to be some remnants of some of the taping. And we're going to fit that onto there. Hopefully. Come on. There. That's, the O-ring is on. Push that all the way down. And then we're going to take our small snap pin and make sure that goes all the way in, which I have to find. Find the hole. You don't want to put too much pressure on the mirror either. Might have to do it this way. Seem to be scraping things up here. There we go. So there is, I don't know if you can see that in there, there is the pin and the O-ring holding it into place, and there is our mirror. Very, very cool. That just looks awesome. Love it. So with that done, we literally are moving into step 7, and it's all about attaching the body. So I'm just going to figure out the height of all of this, stick it on, and I'll come back. So for step 7, attaching the body. Final step here. So we've got to put in the snap pins and figure out the ride height. Now, it does not show anywhere on here what that height should be. So I have worked it out that the rears should be sitting in the 3rd hole, and the fronts should be sitting in the 2nd hole. And that to me seems most representative of the kit. Now you'll notice I did go ahead and put that sticker on the back. I don't know, I've not seen that before. I think it's kind of cool, so I've put it on. But here we go. Here is our car body. We're gonna put that on. There we go. And it's about the right height because it shows that the back end sits a little low on the rear, and then it's a little low on the front. And you can see, where is it? There's the diagram. You can see that the fender just sits below their tire, and then the back, there's a lot more of the tire underneath. So that's the height that I've got it at, and I just think this looks awesome. So that is the end of the build series for the Tamiya Karmann Ghia on the M-06 chassis. So I'll be starting another build fairly shortly. So please like, subscribe, hit that notification button, and I'm also going to be doing a running video of this once the weather gets better, because I think this thing deserves a run, and I'm hoping to do a kind of a pretty cool video with it because this just looks awesome. So until next time, we'll see you in another video.